Hello, this is a response to a comment from Nozzer asking about the rules about take profits. Well, a while back I decided to just keep an arbitrary figure in place of 7 or 8 pips, and that was how I traded. There were a couple of reasons for that. Oops, sorry about that. Internet connection problems. I didn't want to complicate things for potential novice or learner traders, as it were. Um, but I will explain clearly what I take into consideration when specifying take profit targets, as it were. Sorry about this chart. I used this in a previous response to Alex, but I have explained this in previous videos, and it would pay Nozzer and others to look at some of the previous videos as well. But basically, I use the 25 levels, as you know. They are arbitrary levels, but you can see they are respected quite well. We've just broken through that level there, the 2850 level, and it's gone up and used the 2875 level as resistance in two of these H1 candles. So it's 2 hours worth of movement there, and then finally breaks through it after about 4 or 5 hours, and then continues up, and you can see how it's used this next 25 increment, the big round number, and obviously the big round number has affected price far more than just a 25 level, the 75 level there, or the 50 level. So we can clearly see a pattern, and I've never really mentioned this before in my videos, but you know, the congregation of price, sideways motion, accumulation, distribution, or whatever you want to call it, at these levels is so apparent. That is why I like to use them. So now, take profit targets are dependent upon where, if I'm in a short trade, how far below the 25 or the increment. I'll keep it just as increments rather than complicate it with round numbers and half round numbers and so on. So if I enter a couple of pips below, then I've got 23 pips to the next level. So remember, in shorts you have to actually shorten your target quite considerably, because if it just stops a pip or so before it hits that level, you won't get taken out of your trade until it goes the spread, which in most cases for the pound is nearer 3 pips. So always allowed 3 pips short. So let's say this is the big round number, and I'm going short. Well, it's the 2850 number in this instance, 128.50. Then I want to be out of that trade at about 128.54, my take profit. So 4 pips short, and say 3 pips after the entry, that's 7 pips. So 25 less 7 is 18. So I've got an 18 pip potential target, take profit target, and that is how I calculate it. So if I enter a couple of pips below, then I've got a good 18 to 19 pips to the next level, providing there isn't any other support and resistance that seems significant in the way. So that's it really. If I enter halfway down, I have been known to take 6 or 4 or 5 pips out of a trade, because that's all the charts will give me. The amount of times I've got caught out in the past, and we're talking 10 years now, of going a little bit too greedy, or expecting it to bust through it because everyone said, oh, it's going to hit that level really hard and spike through and then pull back and so on and so forth, much the same as it's sort of done here. Don't assume anything with trading. You know, I've learnt that the hard way. Just take what the charts will give you. So hopefully that explains things, Nozzer. If I enter halfway, I've got to go for 5 or 6 pips. If I enter just below, and I'm talking about short trades obviously, the opposite is true of going long, then I've got a bigger take profit. So quite often I'll get 15 pips out of a trade, and I'll study these things for ages and ages. You know, that's one thing you've got time to do, not necessarily when trading pre-Frankfurt London, but there again, if you're living in Asia, then you've got all day long to watch the charts. So depends where you live and what time zone you're in, of course. So that's hopefully that answers your question, Nozzer, and hopefully it's useful to others as well. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.